I'd like to invite Dr. Frank Chacky, who is the malaria part of the malaria control program in Tanzania, the M&E specialist, and he will be talking to us about Tanzania's efforts to use data for stratification and targeting of malaria control interventions.
Good morning, everyone. As Dr. Julia said, on behalf of the Tanzania mainland, I'm here to share with you just in brief on the data for stratification and targeting malaria control interventions. This is the outline of my presentation. As you can see, we have on the left, there is the highest mountain in Africa, that is Kilimanjaro, which is more than 500 meters. So just to let you know that this is the map of the Tanzania. It lies between that altitude. So we have the lowland areas where it is around 17 to 30 Celsius. Then also we have the central plateau where it is around 900 and 1800. Also we have this Mount Kilimanjaro, as I mentioned, and the country total area is this one. And also administratively we have 26 regions and 184 councils. I have a reason of mentioning all these, but just to let you know, we have the two states, or at Zanzibar and mainland. Then I will be focusing on mainland Tanzania. This is the prevalence map over years since 1990 to 2017. As you can see, there is increased heterogeneity of malaria across different regions at geographical and epidemiological heterogeneity. The same information you have seen in the map, we have put it in, and it shows that there is a declining trend over years. But it didn't happen automatically. There was something happening. One of them, we have the pre-RBM era, where initially we used to have the malaria case management, where we used to treat patients using chloroquine. Then the diagnosis of the malaria was just done in 20% of the facilities using the blood size. Also, LLIN, that is the long-lasting treated bed was just in the social markets. And also we used to have IRS just in the targeted areas. But in 2002, 2007, we had our first strategic plan, where we changed from the chloroquine to SP. Also, the diagnosis of the patient was continued to 20% of the facilities. Also, we introduced the LLIN to vulnerable groups. And also we started the TMVS. TMVS is the Tanzania National Voucher Scheme. And also we introduced the IPTP for pregnant women, and also behavior change communication and the SMND. In 2008 to 2013, we had our second strategic plan, where we managed to scale up to introduce ACT and also introduce and roll out countrywide the use of RRT. And also we introduced the mass replacement campaign and to vulnerable groups also continue. And also we introduced the love source management. In 2014, 2020, our strategic plan, we split it into two. That is the 2014 to 2017. And the first part we introduced the artesunate injection, catch up and keep up to make sure that we compensate with the net decay because of the lifespan of the neck also. Also, we continued with the IPTP in the pregnant women. And in the second part of the strategic plan, that is the main focus of this presentation as well, we managed to introduce certified packages for the malaria interventions according to the different epidemiological strata. Having said that, we had a challenge of deploying malaria interventions countrywide because we used to use all interventions in all areas. So at the end of the day, we convened the meeting, then we agreed to have a stratified interventions, and we used the WHO recommended indicators. Also, we had our own country-based indicators. As you can see, we have the malaria prevalence, not WHO recommended indicator, but it's a country selected parameter. Also, we have the malaria incidence. Also, we have the annual parasite index, test positivity rate, and also ANC. ANC is not the WHO recommended because it is not covered in all countries, but we do capture malaria tests in all pregnant women during their first ANC visit. And also on top of that, these indicators, as you can see, are both captured from the routine data in the health facilities and non-routine that is from the population-based, like the school survey. Having said that, we had steps which guided us to come up with the stratification. First step is understanding the routine or survey data, because initially, like other countries, we did not have the DHIS, so data quality was an issue as well. But the national rollout of the DHIS completed in 2013 August. Then later on, we make sure that all the facilities are reporting regardless of what is reported. Then after ensuring that we reach the highest level of reporting rate, then we went further counter-checking the quality of the reported data. This is where we developed the data quality tools, and also we have we blended it with this component which is the malaria service and data quality improvement package. So we used the 2015 to 2017 data because this is what we are sure that at least this data is quality assured as well. So the first step is selection of the indicators, which I've just mentioned, and also determine the cutoffs for the indicators, and also categorization of the indicators or the cutoff as well, and the stratification of the cancers. So this is the map indicating the malaria prevalence in Tanzania mainland. This is according to the 2017 school survey. School survey is the biennial survey which is conducted by the program in collaboration with the research institutions. The first survey was conducted in 2014, and the second is 2017, and just this year we have just completed the other round, and we have published the one paper already. Also, we used the ANC positivity rate, as I mentioned. As you can see, this is routinely captured through the DHIS, and it is reported on monthly basis, and already we have a number of publications, but the one we used is the one which was published in the 2017 as well. Also, we have the test positivity rate, as you can see. And also we have the annual parasite index with the legend, as you can see. The green one is the one with below 15, And also the red one is the one with the more than 150 annual parasite index. Also, we did correlate the other indicators with the school malaria survey. So, having reviewed the school malaria survey, we came up with the cutoff that below 1, this is according to even our strategic plan, that this is our goal to reach less than 1% of malaria prevalence. And also we said 1 to 5, this is according to the data as well. 1 to 5 is low, moderate is 5 to 30, and above 30 is high. Then we did correlate with the ANC, that is positivity rate, and also the test positivity rate and the annual parasite indices as well, incidence, as you can see the cutoffs here. Then, the school malaria survey and other indicators with the fourth cutoff is, as you can see here, using the maximum value of the 3 years, as I mentioned. Because of the quality of data, we cannot go beyond that. And the defined cutoff of which indicators according to the low, very low, low, moderate, and high. Then what we did is looking at each category, and compared with the SMPS is school malaria survey, as I said. Then the area level, that is council or region, could be termed as very low if it scores 111, that is 4, low 22, that is 2, that is in total 8, 3 in total 12, and 4 in total 16. But you cannot put just in fixed number like that. Then we decided to put a range, that is anything below, any council or region below 5, that it falls in the very low category. Between 6 to 9, then it falls in the low category, and so forth. Then we reached the final strata, that is very low, low, moderate, and high. Having done that stage, we came up with the 2 maps. On the left map is the regional map, and the right map is the council map. This is the stratification map. All the 5 indicators, that is the test positivity rate, ANC positivity rate, school survey, annual parasite index, and the malaria incidence, all of the 5 combined indicators, we came up with this map. Later on, we discussed it as a program that for operational purposes, we better have an urban epidemiological strata. I will discuss it a little later, but just for operation, not for epidemiological, just for operational or implementation of the interventions. As I mentioned, we have the 4 strata, that is the epidemiological strata, and 1 for operation. And also, our target is the burden reduction. Burden reduction where? Burden reduction in the red areas. Then we are having a central corridor where it is showing low malaria and epidemiology or endemicity. So this area we are targeting for the elimination. But we have a buffer area as well. This buffer area, you have to make sure that the green one does not shrink, but we have to expand the green one to make sure that we reach our ultimate goal. So having done that stage, then we reviewed each strata. This is the supplementary malaria strategic plan that is for 2018-2020, and this is the map, council map. Also, we looked at each strata, and after a consultative with experts, we proposed a number of interventions per each strata. We have the major areas, that is the malaria case management, we have preventive therapies and vector control areas as well. So you can see here we have proposing to implement, to deploy Primaquine, increase testing especially in the very low areas. We just realized in the very low areas we have a likelihood of missing cases because the providers, they don't routinely test all the suspects because they used to say no malaria. So there is a likelihood of missing the cases. So we are aiming to increase the testing in those areas and also implement case-based surveillance and foresight identification, and also continue providing LLIN to vulnerable groups. Having mentioned that, we have seen these four colors, that is the very low, low, moderate, and high. That is the macro stratification level. But we understand that in each level, if we open it, you will find that there is a low, very low, and also there is a high in each strata, that is micro stratification. So our aim, for example, here we just pointed Tanga. This is the Tanga region. And if you look at the Tanga region, if we open it, you just realize that although at the map it is yellow, that is moderate, but you see there is other areas we have low and very low. And if you take this very low area, we just realize that within that very low areas, there is red as well, that is high. So we need, if you unpack as you go down, you find hotspots in those areas. So we have a challenge ahead of us, selection of appropriate indicators at the granular level, and also at defining health facility catchment areas for malaria incidents and also access to facilities. Having said that, to conclude, as I said before, we have moved from the one-size-fits-all to targeted intervention according to the malaria situation and the available evidences, and also we need to expand more vector control initiatives, LLIM, level source management, and IRS, that is high malaria, especially in the high malaria burden. Also more access to malaria case management, as I said before, especially in the low malaria burden. Strong malaria surveillance and response mechanism everywhere, but intensified in the low and very low settings. Also, we need more resources, especially domestic resources. Thank you. I submit.
Thank you, Frank. That was excellent. I'm going to take my prerogative and ask you, you got into this a little at the end with the issue of macro versus micro stratification, and I wonder if you can just briefly say that in terms of at what level the intervention package is delivered, is that at present at the macro level, or is Tanzania planning to provide interventions even down to the microstratification, so within one region you might have different areas receiving different packages?
Yep. Thank you, Jules. For the time being, the level of the implementation is up to the council level, that is still at the macro level, but we have disseminated our strategic plan, and also we are calling the stakeholders at lower levels also to look at the map and to unpack or to open it so that they can identify the hotspots and implement the micro levels interventions as well. But for the time being is at the council level, that is macro.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So that was excellent.